What's going on, everybody? This is Editor D. Here we are in the Battlefield 4 beta, and today I want to talk about the leaning mechanic and the peek over mechanic, which is new to Battlefield 4, and I think it is kind of an underused aspect at this point. I personally wasn't using it until I made myself use it in-game, and it is very intuitive, but at the same time it takes some getting used to because we have a lot of muscle memory when it comes to playing Battlefield. With Battlefield 3, obviously it wasn't in there, and so when you're playing and you're in the heat of all the action, you're used to doing what you have always done. But this new mechanic is quite useful and underused at the moment. So let's take a look at it and see how it works. Alright, so if I'm sitting here next to this pillar and I've got guys down range here, I mean, what we're used to doing is stepping out and shooting and popping back in like so. And that, of course, works. You know, we're all used to that. But if I come up to the edge, you can see how my guy starts to lean in. You don't have to wait for that, by the way, but I'll show you that in a second. But you simply hold your right mouse button and you're exposing much less of your body. You're only exposing the upper half of your body, and all with one button push, and you can shoot down range and pop back in, shoot down range and pop back in. What is nice about this is mostly the speed at which it does it. You can see how fast this is, okay, as opposed to back here aiming down sight and I pop out, especially when you're aimed down sight. Now obviously most of us do this where we have to do both at the same time, right, where we're using left and right, we're using our WASD keys and aiming down sight like so. But if you use this, there's only two fingers to use, your right finger on your mouse and your left. So it's a lot less work on your part to do it, and you get the added benefit of being more behind cover and moving faster. So it is an extremely useful mechanic. Alright, so the other part of this mechanic is the peek over mechanic. If I come up to some cover, say this concrete block here, and I crouch, I can simply hold the right mouse button and pop over, get my shots down range like so, and let off, and I've got my cover. I'm exposing a lot less of my body this way than I am if I uncrouch, if I stand back up. Uncrouch, yeah, you can use that. I came up with that, uncrouch. But yes, peeking over, I'm only showing a bit of my head and my shoulders as opposed to the whole upper torso of my body, as you can see here. So that is also a nice aspect. Okay, so one other really nice aspect of this is that your guy, your character here, will reload on his own, and when he does, he pulls back behind cover. So if I'm out here and I'm shooting somebody at this corner and we're kind of going back and forth really quickly, I run out of bullets, I'm not paying attention, he'll duck behind cover for me the split tenth of a second that I run out of bullets. And this is nice. I'm only using two fingers here once again, so a lot less work on my part than having to do this here. Okay, I'm kind of popping back out, and then I got to reload on my own. As you can see, that is much more fluid. So it does take some getting used to, but I think if you work on it, you'll start to notice that it is a nice added benefit to the game and something that a lot of people don't implement. One of the really nice things about the mechanic is that it is very fluid. So if I'm running along this line here, I'm very quickly able to duck behind cover, peek out, use a lot of that cover. Don't shoot yourself in the face, kids, like so, and shoot down range. And I'm keeping a lot of my body behind cover, as opposed to, you know, if I was running down here trying to get around the cover, you know, like so. This takes a lot more time than coming down here and shooting down range like so. It doesn't hold you into place like, say, Gears of War. Gears of War, it's very sort of a heavy mechanic where it really grips you into place. This is very fluid. It's not hard to get up from. So if I'm behind something like this and I need to, well, let's get to a better spot here. If I'm around this corner and I'm shooting and I need to run really quick, you can't. It doesn't hold you in place at all, and it's very fluid. Stop shooting yourself, Devin. All right, something else I want to talk about is the sniper rifle. This is the M82A3, the ultra badass, crazy, stupid, amazing one-shot kill sniper. This does not allow you to use the mechanic. There's no way to use the lean mechanic when you have this in your hands. I do not know if this is a balancing feature that DICE put into the game. Obviously, I don't think anyone has asked them about it. I would assume it could be. It could also be a beta glitch. I don't know, but you cannot use the leaning mechanic when you have this in your hands. I think it's kind of nice that it's a little bit of a balancing feature, although maybe a small one, it's still there. However, I've noticed that if I use the M32 here, the grenade launcher, you can lean around corners. So I don't know quite why they did this. I don't know if it's a glitch for the M82. Look at this. This is so nice. And I love the sort of aspect of being able to peek around the corner and just pop these things off. So now I have the USAS 12, and the USAS 12 uses it as well. So I'm not sure. I mean, it makes me kind of feel like maybe that's something that they overlooked in the beta, but I don't really know. I guess we'll find out when the real game comes out. I definitely think that you're going to have to practice it. It's sort of a thought in your head when you're playing, and when things get really fast-paced, it's much easier to go back to muscle memory. I found myself getting killed a lot trying to use it, but of course it just wasn't fluid yet. But the more I use it, the more fluid it becomes, and I've definitely won some gun battles based on the fact that I was using the mechanic and the other guy was not. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Maybe give me a thumbs up, maybe recommend the video to a friend. I would appreciate it. This is Editor D saying, check out that sunshine.